But right now, Illinois has you covered when it comes to sweet and spicy produce. The state is the #1 producer of 2 crops. Matt, do you know which ones? I've already given you one.
Pumpkin.
Yes.
And here to tell us about the other one with the dirt on how Illinois became the top producer of these 2 crops, Teresa Mears, Parkland College Associate Professor of Horticulture. Good to have you, Teresa.
Same here.
Yeah, so we've got the pumpkin, and lots of pumpkin. You know, we see it around, like, I was at Curtis Orchard this weekend, too. Still lots of pumpkins out there. I didn't recognize that Illinois was so big on pumpkins.
Well, up until the last few years, we were only the #1 producer of the canning pumpkin, which is this pumpkin here.
Okay.
The smaller, it's the meatier pumpkin. It's a little sweeter meat. It's less watery, so it cooks up better and makes that good pumpkin meat that we have in our cans.
Okay, now the other pumpkin we have over here, I'm going to guess is not a canning pumpkin. What
No,
is
but
that?
you could cook these down and make pumpkin pies and stuff with them. This has been the latest trend for those that like the really gory, crazy Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
If we start with something already kind of warty and weird, it's easier to do so.
It's funky. It's cool.
This wart is an actual, it was done by selection. They saw it on a pumpkin one day, and then they picked that, and they bred that pumpkin and kept breeding until they got the level of wartiness they want. And for some of the large warty pumpkins, it could take up to 10 years of breeding to get them to the way they want.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So those are intentional, which is also cool.
Yeah, and the color ranges from the pale to the dark, all the whites, all those are intentional designs too as well.
That's cool.
And pumpkins have just kind of exploded, and we are just gone crazy with them.
Yeah, and they're squash, so we can cook them and eat them up.
You can eat the flowers. Even if you didn't realize that, you could eat the flowers. Pumpkins are male, female flowers, so eat the male flowers so you still get the fruit.
Yeah.
You know?
A win for the females.
Yes.
Well, that's good, yeah.
But now rapidly growing in popularity, well, maybe not in popularity, but in produce here in Illinois is another produce. What are we talking?
Horseradish.
Why the horseradish? What makes Illinois so popular for horseradish?
Collinsville, Illinois is the center of horseradish production, and it comes in off the river bottoms of the Mississippi there, so that kind of their floodplains, that nice rich soil. Okay. Both of these crops like really good rich soil. The same crop, same soil our corn and soybeans like. And so we do well here better than other parts of the country.
That thing looks like a foot. If you look at the end of it, it looks like a little
It does look, it looked like a tusk to me, from an elephant too.
I like your analogy better.
We peel them back, and you're after the clean, white, meaty texture inside of it. If you're going to take the time to grind these, I do recommend doing it outside, because I've no more than just opened a jar of horseradish. And
it's pretty potent.
Oh, yeah. Can you get a whiff?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
all right. Heather's going to wipe her tears. So, okay. So you were talking about the soil for these guys earlier. You mentioned near the Mississippi River. Do you have to have a lot of water to grow?
Not necessarily a lot of water. That likes the loose, loamy, sandy soils that the root is allowed to expand. Okay. The root crops need a lighter soil, heavier clay soils that we see around here with the corn and soybean. The root crops don't do as well. That's why we don't grow potatoes as a #1 crop.
Right.
Idaho and Texas, where it's a lot softer soil.
What's their planting season like? Same as pumpkins?
They're perennial, so actually they plant them in the spring. They can get them in the ground earlier than you can a pumpkin. Pumpkin, you want to wait till after Memorial Day and plant them. And you'll grow these, and the green on the top is not real pretty. It's not a really pretty plant. But you grow them and dig the roots in the fall. This time of year they're starting to dig. And if you don't get all of the root, this is a type of root that will produce a new plant from a piece of it.
So then intentionally you want to leave that then, right?
Some people always leave a piece behind. They'll harvest some and leave one. And so you can always have something there for the next year.
How do you prepare horseradish before it comes a condiment?
You peel it back, and you have the chunks of it that you then put in a blender, and you mix it with vinegar, and you grind it down to the degree you want. When you have it to the spice level you want, you put vinegar in it to stop the heat. So you can have it very mild, or you can have it extremely spicy. But it's so volatile that if you do it indoors, you're going to be miserable for days.
Prepare to pass out, right?
Yeah, do it outdoors. So
That's good.
It's really not hard to work with at all.
Just some of what you can learn in the horticulture program at the Parkland College. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah.
Cool information.
Yeah.
We're learning a lot today.
I know, it's good stuff.
Oh, my goodness.
I want to try that sometime.
Hey, if you need any more information, CILiving.tv. But we got to get to today's CI Giving.